Good morning, everyone. Thanks very much to everyone for being here. A lot of elected officials, a lot of great people here, and especially thanks to Governor Wolf. The $5 million he provided to the Erie Art Museum here is an incredible thing. We just had a tour of the whole place, and it is very incredible as it is, but it's going to be transformed, maybe even better, bigger, more things, and you'll be hearing more about that today. But now it is my honor and my pleasure to introduce to you Governor Wolf. Governor Wolf.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Joe, Mayor Schember. I really appreciate that, and it's nice to be here in Ainsley. Thank you, and of course, Tim, good to be with you. Let me just start by pointing out that when I left Harrisburg this morning, it was 14 degrees. So every time I'm here, the weather is, I mean, you have more snow, but the temperatures are fairly close, and once again, I think you're trying to keep the nice weather here in Erie secret. It's wonderful to be back. But I'm really happy to be here at the expERIEnce Children's Museum. I was interested because in the logo, Erie is highlighted, of course, but in the sign outside here, it just says expERIEnce Museum, and I was thinking that they're missing something. It's Erie. It really is something. But this has been an anchor of downtown Erie, right next to Erie Insurance. It's really important. It's providing a safe, innovative space for children to learn, to create and play, and we all saw that in action right now. The museum has made a big difference in countless lives, in countless families, countless children throughout the area, and it encourages exactly what we need to encourage in Pennsylvania: imagination, creativity. This is a place of education, of enrichment, and it provides opportunities for kids and caregivers to experiment, build, cooperate, all the things, again, a healthy society and economy needs. So this is really great, and I'm proud to support this effort, and I think the entire Commonwealth is. And as Mayor Schember said, we're investing $5 million of RCAP money. By the way, yeah, thank you. We have senators, representatives here. This is a joint effort. I think over the last 7 years, Erie County has gotten $80 million, and most of that has gone into the city of Erie. So proud partners. But this is already a lot of great things in a 100-year-old building, right? And this is going to be even better as a result of this capital campaign, which Tim is chairing. $17 million.
Tim and Lisa.
Tim and Lisa. Okay. But the project is a big one. Having chaired a lot of capital campaigns before I got into politics, this is a big deal, and $17 million is a lot. So thank you for your leadership on that. This is going to be already a great institution in Erie. It's going to be an even greater institution when this renovation and addition is done. It's going to make the museum more accessible, and if you notice, there's a crowd here now, but there's not enough space. I mean, there's a lot of use, a lot of people in this space. This is going to be helpful in making it bigger. So there are going to be more exhibits, more outdoor space, and again, the accessibility is going to be important. So this is something that's really good for the economy. It's great for Pennsylvania. I know it's great for Erie, but it's also great for the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. It's great for our families and our children, and it's the kind of thing that we really need to support. So I am proud to support this. I still, after 7 years, I'm not sure whether it's RCAP or RACP. But either way, it's $5 million, and this is really, really important. Again, over the last 7 years, we've had, I think, 30-some projects, 34 projects in Erie County. 28 of them have been in Erie City. So I appreciate what you're doing, and congratulations, Ainsley, and to Tim and everybody on the board. Mayor, this is a great addition to Erie, and as I say, it's a wonderful addition to Pennsylvania. It's the kind of thing that all of us really ought to continue to support to the extent we can. I think it's exactly why Pennsylvania is on the move right now. We're doing things like this all over the Commonwealth. It's really important. and it's a great thing for all of us. So thank you, congratulations, and now I'm going to turn it over to you, Ainsley.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Governor Wolf. Thank you for making the trip up here. Welcome, everybody, to the Children's Museum. I know we have a lot of board members in attendance and Capital Campaign members. This is a really special day for kids and families in Erie, Pennsylvania. Our kids and our families and our community are going to have the Children's Museum that they deserve after receiving this support from Governor Wolf and Pennsylvania state funding. The new Children's Museum will be geared for children from birth to age 12. Currently, right now, we see kids under the age of 8. And we'll actually have programming that will appeal from 6 months up through middle school. It's going to be an innovative space that offers hands-on interactive exhibits and programs designed to help children and their families explore science, art, technology, culture, and life experiences. The plans are for a 2-story addition, which will be in our outdoor classroom to the left, and a complete renovation of this current building. Like Governor Wolf said, it's given us a great start. It's a great space now, but I can't wait to see what it's going to be like when it's done. It'll be 2.5 times the current size of this museum, and will feature a certified outdoor classroom between the Children's Museum and the Art Museum. This amazing space is estimated to cost about $15.2 million, which is a large project for Erie. Tim and I are setting our sights a little higher because we know there's costs that are going up. And I'm so proud to announce that thanks to the support from Governor Wolf and the state of Pennsylvania, we're 2/3 of the way there in raising these funds. A lot of this success, of course, is due to the community and all of the people that we've had the concept or had the idea to work with. We do have something special for you, Governor Wolf, before we break ground, if my staff can make their way through. We are going to need someone to help us dig over there in the 2-story addition. So there's your...
I'm an old man.
There's your certified Children's Museum hard hat. So when we do break ground, you can help us do that. We're so lucky to have some students here from the 1st grade at Luther Memorial with their teacher, Mrs. Rumba, and their principal, Mr. Paul. We're so glad they could be here today and to see this in action. A lot of the success that we're receiving is due to our capital campaign chairs, Tim and Lisa Nicastro. I often tease Tim, but I am dead serious when I say it is the highlight of my career to work side by side with a dynamic leader like him. And Erie is truly lucky to have him. And so now it's my honor to introduce our Full Steam Ahead campaign chair, the president and CEO of our neighbor, Erie Insurance, Mr. Tim Nicastro.
Well, now that I'm blushing, thank you, Ainsley, for that wonderful introduction, and thank you, Governor Wolf. I remember the first time that I met you when you came to Erie and you talked about the weather here. We intentionally sat you with your back to the windows because behind you it was a blizzard, and we thought if he sees that, he's going to say, hey, I got to cut this short and get out of Dodge. So, but one of the things that happened that day I think was very important to where we are today, 5 years later. And that is, the governor pulled me aside and he said, I know I've just met you, and I know you seem like your heart's in the right place. We are trying to help Erie. But what my staff observes is we're dying the death of 1,000 cuts. We're getting calls from all kinds of different people with all kinds of different ideas. If there's a way to bring this together, it will help us, it will facilitate us being able to bring money. And he's delivered. He and his team have delivered in spades. And I just want to thank you for all that you've done to bring us from here to here. You know, when you look at what's happening in Erie, Ainsley talked about the museum. I just want to talk about what the museum means in the context of what we're trying to accomplish in Erie right now. Very visible signs of progress have occurred. I see Senator Laughlin a couple times over at the food hall. Beautiful flagship city food hall. 9 diverse vendors have operations in there. There's a pizza oven and a bar. It itself is an attraction. But over time, as the downtown develops and apartments come online and more commercial space becomes available and we have more people downtown, what's going to draw them is the attraction. This place is going to be a hell of an attraction, all right? It is currently a staple of downtown. When Ainsley asked me to chair the campaign, I said I would on one condition. I love having you for a neighbor. I don't want you having a wandering eye thinking, let's go move to the waterfront or up by the zoo. You need to be downtown as part of the cultural district, and she wholeheartedly agreed. This museum is going to be really the incarnation of Ainsley's vision of what needs to happen for children, all children, and that's the important thing here. This ties in very closely to the mayor's objective for us to be a diverse and welcoming community. And this is going to be a vivid example of it. We see it every day. When I come here for meetings, people have no colors. People are not big, not small. They're kids and they're playing. Even the adults are playing and becoming friends here. When we complete this project, we completely transform this asset. And this asset sits right in the middle of where the transformation is, the epicenter of the transformation. This will be a big part of it. It'll be part and parcel with the public square, Perry Square, with the things that are coming online with EDDC. This will be the beating heart of Erie, Pennsylvania. I couldn't be more delighted to be part of this. I'm very excited with how things are progressing. Many cities, I think, are kind of waking up, and it's been 2 years since this pandemic broke out, in round numbers, and they're kind of waking up like, what are we going to do? I'm very proud of the leaders, the political leaders, the business leaders, philanthropic leaders, the heads of the health centers, certainly our mayor, the county executive, all the folks who are pulling together and really are helping us catapult our way out of the pandemic. There's been so much progress and so much is still planned and so much is still ahead. It's a really optimistic time for the city. I'm very excited, as I said, to be part of it. I couldn't be more thankful for the support we're getting from our partners at the state. Governor, I'm going to miss you when you step out of office, and I know you're going to be busy doing other things, but you've done a lot of things for. Yep. All right. Good for you. Good for you. I hope to do that one day too. We were just talking about that. I said he's going to be done here shortly. You and I got a long ways to go. Yeah, but he really has. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to turn it back over to Ainsley. Thank you for coming today. I think people are free to explore the museum while they're here.
Take questions.
Okay, we're going to take questions next. So Ainsley, I'm going to give you the podium back. Thank you.
Thank you. So now we're going to have Governor Wolf come back up to the podium. If there are any questions, we'll put you in the hot seat. Any Children's Museum questions, of course, Tim and I can answer.
Yeah, let's make these questions off-topic questions. I'll do a gaggle off to the side, okay? Is that fair?
Sure.
Okay. So any questions about the museum?
Governor Wolf, I guess I'll ask just, what kind of impact do you think this is going to have on our community to expand this museum?
Well, I think it's part of everything, as Tim said, that's going on in Erie. There's just a lot of really good things happening. And to me, the heart of any effort to rejuvenate a community starts with education at all levels. Our schools are really important, and all the institutions that help enrich the educational experience. And so I think this is really important because it fits in with all the things that I think, and if you look at what Erie has, its foundation is really strong. It has strong education at all levels. How many colleges and universities are in the Erie area?
And now the community college. Also.
Yeah, and now a community college. You have museums. You have, great economic sources.
Vietnam educates more doctors than any other.
There you go. Yeah. So I think it's part of what makes any community strong. I think it's part of what we have to do a better job of building on in Pennsylvania. I think we have the third highest numbers of seats in higher education of any state in the union. People come to Pennsylvania from all over the place to come to school and to learn things, to gain skills. And I think we need to build on that. So this is really an important part of that.
Governor, I have a favor to ask you.
Yeah, Senator Laughlin, yes, let's go ahead.
You know, as the second most wolf or famous wolf that comes to Erie, I have a baseball.
Who's the most famous
I have
wolf?
a baseball signed by Seawolf.
Oh, yeah.
I was asking if you would sign it, Governor Wolf too.
Sure. You want Tom or Governor?
Tom's fine.
Okay. Now, I have learned that it's hard enough to give an autograph, but it's really hard to do it on a baseball. So I'm going to do my best.
Do your best.
Okay.
That's one of my staff's kids got to sign baseball, so we thought this would be pretty fun.
There you are.
Thank you, Governor.
Thanks a lot.
Appreciate that.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Any other questions? Yes.
Governor, you had entreated to Tim DeCastro that we should speak as one voice as a community. In your 7 years, have we been doing that?
Yeah, again, I've been in politics 7 years. Before that, I was sort of in the same situation as him. Owned a business in New York and was very involved and chaired a lot of capital campaigns. And one of the things that I think the community of York had going for it was that we actually came together. We had organizations where we spoke to each other, and when we went to Harrisburg to ask for a RACD or RCAP, whatever they're called, we would do it with one voice, and that made a real difference. And you can tell the communities that are like that. And when I was doing that, I went around to other communities in Pennsylvania to talk to community leaders and sort of get a sense of what they were doing to try to rebuild and make sure that they were doing everything they could. And Erie was one of the cities I was most impressed with back then. That was 20, 30 years ago, well before I was even thinking about politics. And I continued to be impressed after I became governor. So on that day when the snow was in the background, was that August? I'm just kidding. It was December, but it was you know, that was again where I became re-impressed with what Erie is doing, and the fact that the community does come together. I mean, you argue, you wrangle like all good communities, like all good families, but in the end, you sort of figure out what you want to do, and then you do it, and it's not just endlessly talking; it's actually doing it. So I was impressed, and I continue to be impressed, and that's why I'm really happy to be a supporter of Erie. Anything else? All right. Thank you very much again, Ainsley and Tim. Thank you.
They're really excited to, you can actually touch it if you'd like. The only reason you would wear a glove, friends, I started to say, these gloves aren't to protect your change. So the new museum will have a grocery store that is double, triple the size of this, probably. The biggest takeaway here is, even though they have fun shopping, we do a lot of programming with the Girl Scouts